shift gears 100% to my guest. I think the only way that I want to introduce my guest is by, reciting a piece that I wrote for him, some art on art.
Oh, shit.
That I had written for him for his album Soylent Green. You know what I mean? Because everything is made out of Soylent Green. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And I called this piece the greasiest because, that's what it is. It's the greasiest, And it goes like this. Senses to sense, the rebellion of the sensing with searing senselessness. By the sights of poured Hennessy I'd never consume. Bajichu be my tonic. Keep my fingers with words. Let my hands crunch together to fight hate. See, I do the knowledge. A beige brown number 4, the lizard. Eyes blink slow to SB all the small glasses that clang in celebration of a few more breaths and another moment with senses. So I see, so sensibly, sensimia seedling sanding the floors that meet the souls. A soul so greasy it glides through the terrors of the times. A joy to tough people in times that turn them so. The greasiest. And that, I was describing that because I appreciate that.
That was hard, son. Thank you.
I wrote that. I don't know, my guest is Greezi Amiin. And I wrote that piece, Greezi, sitting right there in the studio when you was playing Soylent Green for us all.
Get out
of
here.
And I just wrote that
That's
there. And
awesome.
That's why I said the glasses clang,
Right.
because you were giving the shot glasses
Right.
in celebration. Because I was like,
That's
yo,
deep.
And I was like, yo, Greasy is so fucking hip hop. Like, he's so hip hop. You know what I mean? Like he was acting the skits on the album, and I was like, yo, it's so dope. Like, I would watch a video of you acting out different skits. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, it was peaking at this time. You know what I mean? And I consider Greezi the penultimate stylist with an ever-flowing, overlapping array of inflections, stuttered deliveries, idiosyncratic pausing for all necessary effect. The effects of wit, bravado, and black man reality in all its splendor. Now, Greezi is fine, and now we get to see it all because with Greezi finally releasing his album, Soylent Green, in 2018, and then releasing the last of the Gileadites.
The League of Gileadites.
And it's the League of Gileadites, yes. And a dope album. And that's why he's here, though, because, I interviewed you before for Soylent Green, and, so much has happened and stuff like that. But I want to go back and give me, for the people that are just, they're tuning into my show and they never heard a history of Greezi.
Right.
You know what I mean? Send them else, and what they've been missing out on and what they can catch on to now. Tell me about the origins of the superhero Greezi Amiin.
The origins. Born and raised in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
The WB.
I mean, my hip hop career rhyming. My brother rhymed, my older brother rhymed, my older sister rhymed. My older brother rhymed when The Freaks came out at night. My older sister rhymed when Finesse and Sinquist was soul sistering it up. So it was just ordained. It was preordained for me to.
This literally was part of the lifestyle.
Like my moms did poetry. My pops wrote a couple songs for Eddie Jefferson, Miles Davis. Like,
wow,
he was one of the founders of A-Jazz Uptown. Preordained to be here, bro.
Yeah, that's so dope. You know what I mean? Because it's interesting. I always think about that because a lot of the artists, when they grow up with that music, it becomes easier for them to capture their own, music and performance. It becomes easier for them to capture their way. You know what I mean?
Well, I suppose. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still figuring out my artistry now.
And that's, I'm glad that you said that because I see it too. You know what I mean? Like I see. One thing about, I was saying this off air, that it's so exciting to open the package and see what you're going to get. Because you're not going to say, yeah, he's from Brooklyn. You're just going to get bars and battle bars and, dum, num, 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 we get it in. And, and wild out tracks, typical Brooklyn stuff, which is dope. The Beast bars and all that is dope. But I'm
not your typical Brooklyn person.
when I open your albums, and I first of all, I get them, I put them in my Google Play, and then I gotta be at a place though to listen to it. Like if I'm outside or something like that, and everything like that. And it's always something fresh. There's always something exciting. And I always love, you're one of the few MCs that I want to see how you're gonna say certain stuff. and then what you're gonna say. You know, and we're gonna go through it because some of this stuff, though, I was giggling like a little kid on the train. When
Oh,
I was
that's what's
hearing it,
up.
though. You know what I
That's
mean?
what's up.
It was just crazy.
You're a hard person to me. You're a very hard person to me. I mean, we converse and we crack jokes, and I see you laugh, but not really. So for you to say that, that's awesome.
Yeah, you know, like it's a short
awesome.
list of albums and shorter list of MCs that really make me actually like happy. You know what I'm saying? It sounds corny, but just happy. Like I love hip hop. Like you know, who's playing De La Soul? De La Soul is one of them.
Right.
Like the De La Soul is dead.
Nah,
Always makes
definitely.
me, you know what I mean, happy. Bismarck, he's going off. Old Dirty Bastards, you know,
Right.
Return of 36 Chambers. Like these are special albums like that. They had that charisma. They had that enjoyment. You know what I mean? And
That's what's up.
they just give you that joy. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm doing this on purpose, but what is, when, you know, because you always hashtag this, what is greaseball activities? What is under the ethos of greaseball activities?
Greaseball activities is everything. That's the main company. That's the motherboard. That's the headquarters. That's what runs and
Right, because
runs
for those
everything.
that don't know, you're making all the music, all the rhymes. These are all like, all made by you. You know what I'm saying? It's your complete productions, complete
Everything's
work.
made by me, yes.
You know?
And House of Fire NYC. Me and House of Fire. House of Fire masters, mixes, records all my shit. He shoots all the videos, edits. I mean, I shoot some of them. Y'all seen some of the, well, people can see some of the videos I've shot and edited. But yeah, Greaseball Activities is the company.
Let me ask you about something else, though, that before we get into the albums and stuff like that. But I saw you, like, you was in one of the Instagram posts, you was talking about dipping into stand-up comedy, and that joke that you had
Well,
about your period is given a question mark, the whole thing. I can't even say it the right way. I don't want to.
well, it's not so much that I'm dipping into stand-up comedy. I feel like I want to do a comedy special. Like I'm already a stand-up comedian. Like I've done a bunch of stand-up comedian shit, and I've been in a bunch of movies, and I made my way already, and now I got my special. No, I'm just gonna jump straight to the special. So I just want to just do it. I'm just gonna jump straight to the special. I'm
So you're
planning
gonna
on-
address everybody like, hey, this is
Nah,
I'm finally
dead
here.
ass.
And then,
I'm dead ass. Yeah. I'm gonna jump straight to the special. I'm gonna really plan this out and put it all together. I'm gonna get a place. I'm gonna invite people. We're gonna sit down. It's gonna be food, drinks, and I'm really gonna get my ass up there.
Oh, man,
and
I
perform
definitely
some
wanna-
shit,
I wanna be there.
And I'm gonna film it and all that good shit.
I
And air
definitely,
it.
yeah, I definitely want to be there for that.
Awesome.
That day. That sounds so dope. You know what I mean?
Coming soon.
Yeah,
Putting
you
it
know,
together.
you know, what's the?
Why not? Fuck
Tell me the IG because I forget the handle of your IG.
Greaseball Greasy.
Yeah, Greaseball Greasy.
GREEZI.
ZI. Yeah, there's no underscore. Is there an underscore between? No, there's
underscore.
no. That's right.
Just at Greaseball Greasy.
Greaseball
Straight up.
Greasy, and I, you know, because I love the videos that you be throwing up. They're always, you know, you have to stop and watch them as you go along, and you put them a lot in the morning sometimes too. You know what I mean?
That's the after coffee
Yeah,
effect.
yeah.
That's what that is. I done dropped kids off to school. I got a coffee. Now I'm warm and friendly for the people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you get into his albums, definitely. Yeah, the IG is part of the entertainment of of this. You know, because it's the greaseball activities. It's like daily greaseball activities.
Well, that's exactly what it is. Greaseball Activities is just that's me. That's my way of life. This is what I'm doing. I'm sharing myself. I feel comfortable and confident enough to share myself with the world. So that's what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
Like
Let's
it,
go.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like I said on my IG, you see, most people will see. I use my IG to talk to people, to talk directly to people, whoever's watching. I don't really use it for myself purposes more than that. I don't show too much of. It's not all about me. It's more so about the people that's watching. So I use IG really pretty much to talk to people. That's why I do those videos and everything.
Right. Yeah, which
shit.
really works though, because it really feels, you know, there's very, there's very few MCs that and artists that use the Instagram where it feels like, you know, like we're having, you know, a conversation with you, like we're, you know, everything is so talking down to people or talking at people. You know what I mean?
Well, I found that, you know, I mean, when I first started posting my songs and stuff, nobody was really clicking to them. I found that people was responding more to me just being myself. So I started sharing more of myself on Instagram to get more of their attention. And then I just, you know, segued the music in there somewhere. And look, I made it to your show, which is a damn honor because I know you
Appreciate
can't
that.
just get on your show.
Oh, no, yeah.
Like everybody just can't
You
be
know,
on here.
I got this from my producer though. I ghost people. I just get lazy and I ghost. You know what I mean? And then I never answer back. But because some people are good, but are you good enough for me to really study you? Because I'm gonna study you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm gonna study you. I'm gonna be listening to your work for like whole days.
Right, right.
No, come
right.
on. It's not just like 10 minutes and stuff, and we do it on the fly. You know?
Thank you.
Yeah, you know. That's why I don't like talking about bad music too much because I have to listen to this bad music like a long time and
Right.
stuff, you know. And that wears off years. You know what I mean? This hip hop stuff is supposed to make us feel better, but when you look back now, I never get the chance to ask people about they look back on certain records they did. For you, you know, for
I'm just wondering where you're gonna go with this.
no, no.
Nah,
I was
but
gonna
go
ask you
ahead.
simply about the Soylent Green.
Oh, okay.
About Soylent Green and how you felt about it, like how it was received and things like that, and
How I felt about
Yeah,
Soylent
yeah,
Green?
yeah.
Oh, that shit is fucking crazy. It's awesome. I'm insane
because I know that
for
you
shit.
you released it with the skits, obviously, but you also
Right.
did you also released it without the skits, where it was just a
Right.
straight.
The hard copy I re-released without the skits because of a person like you who, when I first released it, said, "Yeah, I made a playlist of no skits. I just
I didn't mean that for-
I couldn't
yeah.
take it." Nah, but at the end of the day, it made sense to me. I put it together with the skits because, like I said, I feel like I'm a native tonguey kind of guy. Like you know, to pay homage to the old school hip hop and the way things were done back in
Right,
the
right.
days. So I drowned the fuck out of that shit with skits.
Yeah, it's just that when the emceeing is good, we want to focus on that. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, for me personally, that's why sometimes I enjoy the later De La Soul records.
Right,
You know, because
right,
I get to
right,
hear
right.
Paz News just go straight in all the time on Stakes is High. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
And you know, that's how I want to see if I concentrate, you know, Greazy's bars like, you know, in just these 20, 30 minutes.
Right.
How's it gonna feel? You
Well,
know
I
what I'm
wanted
saying?
to make it extra fun. So
Absolutely, yeah. And it definitely one of the dope albums. You know
thank
what I mean?
you. Thank you.
And again, you know, you said you're still feeling your way and stuff like that. What are the things in Soylent Green that you learned that you were that you say I'm gonna continue to do that, and then things that you say like I think I'll just leave that. I won't do it like that anymore.
I don't know. I can't really say because Soylent Green, it was just something like, honestly, I put out Soylent Green because I felt like I was bullshitting. I felt like, you know, I was taking too much time dropping something. So, you know, I threw a project together. So I like,
Kind of get you in there though, you know, like get you used to the idea. of
Right,
doing
I
it.
mean,
yeah.
so I put it out to do it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. I just felt like I was bullshitting. Like I had mad music. Like before I even dropped Soylent Green, I had like most of the music I already have right now. Like I'm just like releasing shit. I'm putting projects together and just releasing shit. Like I go and record often, but you know, what can I say? Like I wouldn't do. I don't know, because to me it's all fun. I'm having fun while I'm doing it. I'm fulfilling my soul. I'm feeding the streets. Not too much I wouldn't do. What I would do is, you know, just everything that you're supposed to do to make things successful. I mean, I guess that's why I'm coming up with different projects. I feel like for me, I feel like I attained my goal with Soylent Green and even League of Gileadites because,
Which was what? Like, what are you thinking when you put these out?
well, my goal was to get people's attention and let them know, like, not how ill I am. Fuck it. Straight up and down. I ain't even gonna water that shit down. I just wanted the people to know how ill I am because I've been ill for years, and you know, I didn't get on back in the days. Obviously, I like if you listen to my shit, you could tell I didn't just start rhyming. But I didn't get on back in the days. I wound up not broadcasting myself for years and years and years. I actually came on the scene representing other people and managing and pushing other people. That's how I even came on the scene. But shit, man. It's time to share my shit with the world because there's a lot of whack shit. Niggas should be corny, son. There's a lot of good people with a lot of corny shit.
What made you just put yourself out there though? Because was this style always this unique? Because if you're pushing other artists back then and stuff, I know you're looking at it like, yo, I'm totally different than everybody out, including the people I'm representing. That's dope.
Yeah, but you know what was stopping me was all the dick ridery and bullshit of people going along with whatever fucking is popping, lit, and all that other shit.
And it's like what we say, like the 2000s stuff.
Yeah, yeah, for the most part. But I don't know, man. I just got tired of it. Honestly, thank people like Shabam Sadiq for showing me really, truly,
peace to my
it's
little brother.
alive. Because, you know, I felt like hip-hop was dead for a while. Me, personally, I wasn't on the scene. Seeing all that shit, I was pushing other people trying to, you know, attain different accolades and shit like that. But, like, I always knew my lane. I don't feel like I say it all the time in interviews, I don't feel like people really know their lane. Like, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Look, here I am. Not G shit. Like, how'd I make it here? I'm where I'm supposed to be. I rub elbows with, you know, people I was looking to impress, and, you know, I was told my shit is dope by people who I still have their cassette, and shared the bill with them. I attained my goal. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, all I'm trying to do now is continue to push my brand, make it bigger, you know, tap into different sides of myself within my personality and all my artistry, because I'm crazy. You know, it's time to get this money.
When you started to really like say, I'm going to make music though, you know, because some people, the beat making that's why the beat making happens, so that they could easier make their own music. Was this just beat making MC? It was just a simultaneous thing? Because
always.
Like, because you said you was growing up and it was just MCing in the house.
Always.
Were you the first one beat making in your home? Like,
definitely, but my sister taught me how to beatbox first for her. I used to beatbox for her and her friend doing their routines on the block and shit like that. One day I asked her to write me a rhyme. She fronted on me. I quit being a beatboxer, and thus I started writing my own shit, you know, and making beats. I just always felt like I knew I wanted to. I always used to think about little jingles I used to hear, and I used to sample in my head without knowing that's what I was doing. I didn't even know what sampling was, but somehow I knew I wanted to use certain pieces of music for whatever reason. Before I was even really writing full rhymes. And once I started rhyming, and I went to a studio one day and I seen that I could make my own beats. Shout out Kwame, man. Funky Slice Studios. I'll never forget Kwame. Funky Slice. That's an old studio name. That's how far hip hop I go back. Lawrence Street, downtown Brooklyn. You already know. You already know. But yeah, man. Like, I've been rhyming the same way I rhyme the whole time.
I mean, that's wild to me because it's such a developed style. You know what I mean?
I
and I would think though it would be like abrasive to certain people. You know, like not being able to catch on to it. You know what I mean? Even though I'm saying I did, but
right. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say I haven't evolved, but like subject matter, I pretty much been rhyming the same shit. Subject matter, yeah, I've been saying the same shit for years. I don't even know how I do it, but I do it. That's why I'm tapping deeper into my artistry, because there's so many other things that have come out of me over the years that's not this shit. You know what I'm saying? Not to say it's shit, but it's my shit, so I could say it that way. But
Yeah, it's for the listener, it's filled with wordplay that I'm going to be going to, like, to give a little finality to the Soylent Green, the Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis, yo, that's one of my favorites.
When you go comprendo, no Nintendo, no Sega, my temper is high, simplify as to Omega.
Right.
I mean, just come on, serious.
It's not a game.
Just a clever.
no Nintendo, no Sega. It's not a game.
Yeah.
No games. No game, papi. No game. Yo, I visualize. All right, I'll share this with you, Sunez, because I love you. I visualize my shit while I'm like before I say it and while I'm saying it, and then I see the most stupidest shit in my head. And that's what gives me the
because
extra emphasis to say it.
It's something I told, Rim, sometimes when you come up with like a flip on Spanish, it's like a flip that a person that, comes from a Latino background wouldn't have said.
Right.
Because they don't say the words that way.
I know.
Because you said you have to say it comprendo.
I
Nintendo.
know, but
we say comprendo, so it doesn't really go. So we never think of Nintendo like that fast. So it's like, I heard it, I was like, oh man, you did the Rim on me. Rim does that shit.
Well, that's what we do here. That's what we do here in hip hop.
It's these Williamsburg brothers, man. They don't try to outspick them. They'll outspick you. And they ain't got,
right. Yo, that's
brothers from Williamsburg get to carry the Boricua flag, though.
Yeah, that went over my head for a second. I righted it and it went over my head for a second. That was funny. We'll outspick you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You outspick me with this one. But when we, transitioning from Soylent Green into the League of the Gileadites, right?
Right.
Now these are, your original beats.
Right.
And Soylent Green, you was Ice Cube jacking for beats.
Right,
you know what I mean?
damn right. Why not?
And you was like, oh, I'm lazy, I'm this and that. And
nah, it's a reggae album. These are dubs. I was doing Nah, forget. I'm sorry. These are dubs.
Instead of saying original mixtape, I'm gonna say dubs. Yeah, it's a dub plate.
Just change the words around.
A dub plate serving of Soylent Green. But now the strategy is a beat maker on the League of Gileadites, which is really like an EP because it's kind of short.
Right.
It's like an EP.
But not nowadays. They put
nowadays yeah.
Why I can't cheat
I
with the
still
times? That's the only thing I'm gonna do with the times is that bullshit.
For me, it's like 19 minutes. I still go EP.
I put out a mixtape called an LP.
Yeah,
I got an EP called it out.
And I love. It's the paper. It's the paper that makes it official.
Right. Look, this is a
the
crap.
Papers.
This ain't
really
no rap.
dope.
This look like a mixtape to you. Come on.
But with the with the like when I interviewed last time on class DJ Toshi's Classic Stone Radio, peace to DJ Toshi.
Right.
My brother.
I was so scared. But yeah. Shucks.
When you also was telling me like you was lazy with the beat making stuff like that, and I was kind of looking at you when I was answering you. I was like, don't you dare be lazy on that next one. And this one is not lazy. This has really dope beats. They're vibrant. They snap. They go with you. I love when good beats though don't drown out the bars either though, because you got a lot of idiosyncrasies that I want to hear and not get drowned out either,
right.
And they go in there. So when you was deciding this project, I'm always curious when a person makes their own beat. Are you making the beat, or are you having bars that now you like? Okay, I'm gonna produce something that'll fit this verse. Nah, like, how does it usually go?
Everything I make the beats, and I feel them out, and whatever comes out my mouth comes out my mouth.
So it's got to be like the beat's got to please you first.
Yeah, for hell yeah, that shit got to grab me. It got to grab me in a way that I automatically start thinking and saying words straight up and down. I can't even.
So for you though, how many beats do you go through of your own stuff? Like what's your?
See, the deepest shit in the world is like when I'm making certain beats, That'd be like I be knowing that this shit is crazy right now, and I start writing while I'm making it.
So it's happening at the same
Yeah.
time and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
A lot of them happen.
So then
that
a
way.
lot of times, maybe what I'm hearing though with the quality of that, the arrangements is because you end up arranging it to the verses right on the spot.
My rhymes is part of the beat.
I definitely see that because some of the stuff here is crazy. I'm gonna Michael Eric Dyson the lyrics just to listen in a minute though, but
Chop suey.
this title and on the back of the album says the League of Gileadites was established as an anti-slavery militia with its goal of self-defense against slave catchers in the eyes of the federal government and federal law as constituted with the enactment of the Fugitive Slave Act. This organization clearly promoted illegal, civil, and most remarkably armed resistance.
That's real shit.
Why the real shit? Most people like, oh, Greazy's funny and shit, and then he just packs it like that. And
This was real. Soylent Green. That's some
oh
real
yeah,
shit
yeah,
right
we know
there.
what it is. Yeah,
That's it's always real
Right,
shit.
right.
Yeah, I'm comical, I'm funny, but I got a lot of knowledge.
right.
You
And that's
know,
what I'm
I'ma
getting at
drop
because a lot
jewels.
of people they always they simplify artists, and there's so many layers. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I don't know. I'm a conscious person, but I was never a conscious rapper. I'm too much like I got a weird sense of humor. I'm a funny, strange, silly person. So you're gonna get everything. Honestly,
Absolutely.
you're gonna get everything in my shit.
Now with this project though, actually every song has a feature on it. You know what I mean?
Why?
Yeah, exactly. Why and how? Also how? Because I still build with brothers that they're like, yo, I'm still waiting for another feature. I'm waiting for this feature. How long did it take to do this? Because the features I know are always like, they extend the shelf life of the time that it takes to make it. You know what I mean?
Well, what's beginning to happen here, and we see what's forming, is the constant of the League of Gileadites. May I, for a second? This is another project that I put out because I felt like I was bullshitting. Had music. Honestly, I've been had all these songs. I had all of them done for the longest.
So it's a long.
They was just sitting around waiting for which project I was gonna put out and how I was gonna put it together. And honestly, I couldn't decide who and what to throw on which project where. So I don't know. I put them all in a playlist and I started listening to them together. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put out the feature album. But damn, how I'm gonna do that? That's kind of cheesy. That's like if they helping me. But nah, they know me enough by now to know I don't need help.
No, it's
They're with me on this. Listen to who I got. They don't be with people they help. They be with people that's, so.
It's a long period of time that this took together, piecing it together. And then now you decide out of all these tracks you have, were all these done together, like in the studio, or some of the mailed verses?
Some of them. The only new song, Eddie Kane.
I was going to ask you about the Eddie Kane song.
Think about it.
And I would have guessed that was the newest one, only because he's such a young MC.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I ask you because, like what people don't go, and this is what I'm saying, it's like, and I don't think even you, Greasy, see yourself this way, but when you go to a New York City hip-hop show, and we see all these guys that have been there for so long that I'm going to have on my show, we're going to build, they're like staples of the underground. Like Skanks and Bandcamp fam is a staple of the underground, you know? Mike Hands is a staple of the underground.
Right.
Joe Pesci, like these are all staples. If you didn't bump into them, you haven't been to enough shows, and you don't have to keep your eyes open because they're always there, you know what I'm saying?
Sure, indeed.
These are guys that are core to New York City. It's just like if you've never been to a Rock the House show from Doc Ock and DJ Toshi, like where the hell have you been like this whole decade? It's like almost like over maybe 200 shows.
Right.
If we're saying one every week, come on, it's just ridiculous. And you're one of those staples to me.
Oh shit.
You're one of
Thank
those
you.
people that I'm like, okay, there's Greasy right there, there's Greasy here.
That's what's up.
You're all over, and like the choices of all these MCs are really people that you've known for a long time. So that's why I was gonna ask you. And since I just interviewed Eddie Kane
Why
for
Eddie
the
Kane?
first time. What did you see in Eddie Kane that you were like, yo, I'm gonna build with him on
Son,
the
it's
track?
fucking dope.
Well,
The
yeah.
fuck out of here.
That
What
said,
you mean?
yeah.
That nigga is the yo side. Salute side. My son is dope.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? He repped the style. He's
You know,
down the
because-
block from the kid, not too far. He's right
That's
down the
what's
way.
up.
Nah, but honestly, it's because he's fucking awesome. When I did the greaseball activities live after the barbecue event, Rim surprised me. Rim surprised the hell out of me and pulled him out in motherfucking Rome streets. And as soon as he came out, I was stuck. I was like, yo, something
There,
got built.
there goes that man again, Rim.
That's my dude, too.
He's the A&R of the last 5 years. Like,
That's
everybody
my-
that's dope. You know what I
That's
mean?
my guy, son.
Yeah.
He
Yo,
Rim looked out on.
For the
Soylent
listeners
Green.
who come to the end of the show, I got a Michael Eric Dyson. This is, I laughed at this. It's such a dope. I can't even say it like he's saying it though. He says on outro, want to hear the wildest shit that you ever heard in your life? I be done pulled my beef out and cheeseburgered your wife. Think that's messed up? Well, that ain't as messed up as me tearing up the flesh and getting ketchup on my left nut. Chicken butt. That's what happens after, guess what? Titty fuck the slut, then I bust a Morris chestnut. I was cracking up through that whole bar. And
Did you catch the Sarah Connor line? Oh, the boy on fucking.
he was nuts on that.
Thank
He
you,
was
brother.
nuts on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you want to enjoy hip hop, if you want to see the artistry of it, the ruggedness of it, the Brooklyn of it, you got to get the Greezi Amiin. Greezi Amiin is on Bandcamp. He's one of my favorites. And Greezi, we're going to have you on here as soon as you make that next project. So when you find yourself being lazy as shit and release the next work.
No, I'm actually putting in work. I've been putting in work for
All
this
right.
one. The next
And,
one is Broadway Junk, Entendre 1.
All right, Junk.
It's a
And
two-entendre
you did
project.
allude to the Sweaters project.
Oh, Attack of the Dope Sweaters. Look
Right.
out for Attack of the Dope Sweaters.
Yeah.
Look out.
If you do a video,
They're coming.
Yeah. All right,
That's
because
all I
I
gotta
got
say.
dope sweaters. I'm just saying.
That's all I gotta say. I
sweater
got.
game
Oh yeah,
style.
you got some dope sweaters.
Yeah, you
son?
know I got
'Cause
you.
you already know I got you in the video.
But yo, I want to thank you again, Greezi Amiin, one of the most charismatic MCs of this invisible renaissance. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So when you make a list of the stylists of the era, everybody knows you're gonna throw Rock Marcy at the top. Though on that list, Greezi Amiin is gonna be on that list, absolutely without a doubt.
Thank
you know what I
you.
mean? And these projects prove it though. If you don't like it though, you could give me money back and give him more money because you made a mistake. Now,
Thank you, bro.
so until the next time, there'll be a lot more stories to tell, writings to recite, and records to rewind and reminisce. I'm your host, Sunez, a.k.a. Skillustrated Low. And as always, the Power Right Show is a never respect fake broadcast. Peace.